Seahawks training camp tomorrow, or today if you're listening to this today. Actually, it's probably today if you're listening to it because we're recording this 7:30 on a Tuesday night. Most people might be listening tomorrow. George, I just want to know, like, simply all that's happened this week is pretty much the throwbacks came out. Uchenna and Nwasu, tongue twister, signed. The Seahawks have pretty much shored up their defense and their offense. And I just wanted to have a brisk conversation, a brisk walk conversation for a few minutes about how we're feeling going into training camp. What are you excited about, nervous about? Just outlook on the season as of now.
Yeah. Well, here's one thought I have. I guess I haven't been this excited. I can't remember the last time I've been this excited for a rookie like Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
We have a lot of Jigba. We have a lot of tongue twisters on this team, but I have not been excited for a rookie this much in a really long time for the Seattle Seahawks. So, in general, that would be my big.
That one's not. That shouldn't have been a hard.
That should be easy, but we just. Yeah, we just finished. If you're listening to podcasts, we just finished talking about the Mariners. But yeah, he's a rookie I'm most excited for in a very long time. So I haven't thought of a rookie shoot that I've been this excited to watch. Well, because usually we do draft on the safety corner, like a wide receiver is just a fun toy to have. So I think I'm really excited for him.
Yeah, like despite our more important pick being Devin Witherspoon at the 5, a corner is like Tariq Woolen was fucking awesome last year. Don't get me wrong, but a corner is just like, it's as exciting as Tariq Woolen was to watch last year, or Kenneth Walker. Imagine 5x that with a wide receiver that's supposed to be good. So it's going to be really cool to see. Well, I think the other reason it's exciting too, George, if we were like a shit football team, it wouldn't be that exciting. But I think to add him to DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, a team that's also supposed to be competing, I'm not going to say from now, I'm just going to preface this. I'm not saying we are a Super Bowl contender right now. I'm just saying we are a team that's competing. That you take that however you like to take it, but we're competing. We should be in the playoffs if we're supposed to be better than last year, which could mean excelling better in the playoffs, whatever you want to call it. And it's really exciting just to see the weapons they added. I think from the defensive side too, adding Witherspoon, re-signing Nwasu, getting back Jamal Adams, trading for Draymond Jones, Julian Love, and bringing back Bobby Wagner. There's a lot of there's no debating this defense should be better than last year. If it's not, that's an epic disaster, right?
Or injuries, you never know in football. That's the only thing that can hold back. But barring injuries, this team should be much better on the defensive side of the ball.
When talking about football, I think it's like saying the Chiefs are going to be good next year. It's like, unless Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, it's like, that's obvious, bearing injuries. But obviously that's why, like I said, Jamal Adams is back from injury and Bobby Wagner's coming back, Devin Witherspoon. This defense is set up to be better than last year's. Mm-hmm. And then on the offensive end, we've picked up more running backs. We got another wide receiver, the offensive line, 2 rookies last year that played well, but they're another year older veterans, maybe another year of Geno's confidence. There's not a lot of negatives to talk about this team. Compared to last offseason, you could have thought, shit, you thought they were going to be all right, but there's a lot of people, including myself, that thought, fuck, Russell Wilson's gone. Mm-hmm. I mean, Vegas had him at 5.5 wins. This is a very different outlook going into this season. Looking for a team to excel better than they were last year.
Yeah, I guess my only main concern here is we're watching the Seattle Mariners here on the other screen, and that was a team this year we came in with really high expectations for, and I think the Seahawks are going to mirror those expectations. This is a team that I think is going to compete for being one of the best teams in the NFC. I mean, when you have the NFC is so much different than the AFC. You throw the Seahawks team in the AFC, and no disrespect to Geno, who I love, but he's not a top 5 quarterback in the AFC, but he's a borderline top 5 in the NFC because only people I could say are 100% better. Who could you say is 100% better than Geno Smith other than Jalen Hurts in the NFC? 100% right now and that are healthy in this point of their career.
Well, you said and that are healthy because that excludes Matt Stafford.
Exactly, because he's not been healthy, so we don't know. Kyler Murray has not been healthy.
Matthew Stafford's not been healthy. He wasn't healthy last year, but like the year before he was. Kyler Murray's like out for sure for a while. Stafford, if he comes back week 1, which he's playing, he'll play week 1, right? If he comes back this year and starts and is good from week 1, I could probably say
Matt Stafford.
He's better.
But they did say his injury is one of those that could linger the rest of his career. So we just don't know what he is.
So this is what I mean. Him, I'm gonna say Matt Stafford and Matt Stafford and Jalen Hurts. Yeah. And I think right after that, Geno's right there with Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff,
Derek Carr.
Yeah, that's the NFC.
Daniel Jones, he's better than Dak.
Daniel Jones, so don't even put him on that list.
Dak?
Yeah, he's after Dak. Yeah, Dak's after those guys and Dak. So, I mean, in general, it's Jalen Hurts, and then it's maybe Matt Stafford, and then it's Geno, Kirk, and Jared Goff. And when you have that, and you have 3 very high-quality receivers, and you have a good trio of running backs that can produce, and your offensive line's decent, and your defense got better, there's no reason not to believe the Seahawks might go from a team that lost in the wild card round to at least a second-round playoff type of team. But like you said, high expectations are scary sometimes because a team that, like the Seattle Mariners that we expected them to go far this year after having a way better season last year, and they disappointed. The Seahawks were expected to be bad last year. They overperformed, and you would hope they continue to overperform, but if they don't, it could be a very depressing season.
100%. So, I mean, I guess that's what we got looking forward to this season. It's football season. That's the one thing about with the NFL, man. Like, you can have high expectations and teams just, I mean, shoot, the Rams last year went into the season as Super Bowl champions, and a lot of people thought they had a chance to repeat. Disaster of a year. We were supposed to be disaster, made the playoffs. Football is a very, very funky game, and in general, you kind of never know what that box is going to open up until the season starts. But I am excited to open up the box this year.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous and excited. I think what's really important for the Seahawks, like my main takeaway right now, and I'll say this just like as a preface to this, training camp, a lot of things can happen in training camp. Like players emerge as like, oh, actually starting a linebacker on the left side is going to be this guy. And it's like, oh, what? Like things happen in training camp where people emerge as like they're playing more or not going to play or, whatever happens. So we'll learn more about the team. But what I think is really important for this football team coming into this season is going to be how they start. Absolutely. I think like the confidence of Geno Smith is very important. A lot of young guys on this team. I really think the main key, I don't see this team as a team that could start 2-4 and then like make their way out of it. They're going to have to start off as one of those 4-2 teams and like have the confidence, make sure Geno can be who Geno was last year. It's the only time he's ever been a good quarterback in the NFL was last year. So you got to hope that they can be confident early in the season
and build on top of that. And, just I think in general, good offensive line, good running backs, good weapons, good defense. Like there's no reason for this team. Best punter in the game too. So field position does play a big factor in the NFL. Good special teams, good coach. Like as long as Geno Smith just at least is average, and he was way above average last year, I think this team has a good chance to be a playoff team again. And if he's good, it has a chance to go on a run.
Yeah. They'll have a chance to be competing with the 49ers, who their quarterback situation depends on what's going to happen a lot too. So we'll find out. I don't know. My light ran out, George. I feel like it's time. That was a sign.
All right, signs good. And we'll go finish up this Mariners game that looks like they're not going to make it easy to finish up.
It's okay. It's a 2-run game. We're all right. It's not like, at least it wasn't like yesterday where it tied it up.
Exactly.
All right. Much love. This is the Sports on Tap Seattle podcast. And we are two brothers who just love talking Seattle sports. And we want to tell you one thing. And George will tell you that.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Peace out. Cub Scout.
You're listening to the Sports on Tap Seattle podcast. Two brothers, George and Sami, talk all things Seattle sports. Also, NBA. Please bring back our Supersonics.